Hello, welcome to Mama and Papa's Cast Iron Kitchen. Today we are making quite the treat. We are making a brownie refrigerator cake, but with some special additions with Snickers and white chocolate pudding. You can pick any two puddings you want to, any two pudding flavors you want to add to this delectable brownie delight. And it is just unbelievably good. But we had all kinds of different puddings, so I chose Snickers and white chocolate pudding to mix with our brownie refrigerator cake. And then, as you saw, the general brownie mix. So that's how you start out. You just follow the directions and make a regular brownie mix in a 9x9 baking dish. But you want to only use 1 egg. That's the only difference in your brownie directions. That's your first layer. Cook it as directed, as it says. So you follow all the directions from your brownie mix, except remember, and I put it on the screen, only 1 egg. Don't forget that. Okay, and so then once you get your first layer down, then we're going to work on our second layer. While your brownie is baking. I forgot how long it took, but like I said, just follow the back of the box. It didn't take very long. And before you put anything else on top of that brownie, make sure it's completely cool, or you're not going to have your layers to stack up like you need them to actually make the pie look like a pie. They'll just melt right off and you'll have soup land. So okay, and then you're going to combine cream cheese with powdered sugar and only 1 Cool Whip container for now. And that is going to be your second layer. And you don't have to do any of this with an electric handheld mixer or anything like that. You can do this all by hand. It's pretty easy stuff. But I have found you want to make sure that cream cheese is at a really, really nice room temperature so that it is very easy to mix with everything else. So you know how this mixing goes. So you mix this until it's well blended, like so. And just with those 2 layers, you know it's going to be good because those 2 layers alone could make a wonderful cake or pie. And then we have your first Cool Whip container you're going to use. And I had mine in the freezer for a while, so I had to go back and let it thaw a little more before I could use it. So you want to make sure it's easy to work with. Make sure it's thawed out. And then you're going to spread that mixture, once it's well blended, over your cooled off brownie layer. And at times, you may start to think, like I did a few times, this is way too much stuff to be fitting into this pie, on this small size pie. There's no way all this is going to fit. Trust me, it fits. It fits. That's the whole point. I mean, that's why you want these at a good temperature, so that not too hot to where it's all going to melt, or not too cold to where you can't work with it. But a perfect in between. And you'll find that as you go. But you want it to have that perfect layer, so it can all be eaten at the same time. Take that bite and you can taste all those wonderful flavors, especially Snickers and white chocolate. What a combination, right? I mean, I don't think I've ever had those two quite together before. I don't know if they make a white chocolate Snickers bar or not. They might. But anyway, oh my gosh, it was my husband is kind of just your basic, just chocolate and vanilla. So he would have been happy with that. But I had to go a little wild, get on the wild side and get some Snickers and white chocolate in there. And you just want to whisk that up until it's pretty smooth. And pudding doesn't take very long, because you want that, it's stiff. Anyway, it stiffens pretty quick. It did for me. And you want that pudding to stiffen up like pudding does, so that we can make another layer. And this is our third layer. Look how beautiful. It was so hard not to just take a great big spoon and go sit in a corner and eat that whole entire bowl of pudding. Oh my goodness, it was so delicious. So yeah, just, pick you up a couple of 3-ounce pudding boxes that would be your favorite flavors that you think would go well together along with the brownie mix, and go to town. And then you've got a whole new recipe that you can call your own, because you came up with those flavors to put together. Anyway, it's pretty too. It's so pretty. Such a pretty dessert, such an easy dessert, and just a delicious dessert. So that didn't take long. So there's your third layer. You can see all those little Snicker bits in there. Yummy yum. Okay, and then this is our, last layer of this beautiful brownie refrigerator pie. And, I could call it the Snickers White Chocolate Brownie Refrigerator Pie, but it's kind of a long name. So I was advised to cut it down to just Brownie Refrigerator Pie, like it's called, but with a couple additions. Whatever. Anyway, it's delicious. And please, if you try this, if you make this, please, 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 I am so anxious to know what kind of mixture you guys made out there. Like what two puddings you guys put together. Maybe what you did to the top. Maybe there's something other than Cool Whip, And then, of course, some beautiful Nesquik chocolate syrup on top. Yummy yum. And there it is, because I'm not much of a decorator. That's about as fancy as I get right there. And it was quick, it was easy, it's beautiful, and it tastes absolutely wonderful. You guys got to try this. You absolutely have to try this one. If no other recipe, please, please, please try this one, because I mean, you can make this your own, and you can play around with it, try the different flavors that you want to try. So yeah, like I said, if you make one, I mean, if you think of it, if you have the time, please let me know what flavors you used. I'm anxious to know. Or send me a picture or something or whatever. Had a heck of a time kind of getting that out of there at first. But once you get it out of there, you can see those layers. There you go. I finally did get a good shot of all the layers. And it did pass the taste test with Pawpaw, so it's you can't go wrong with this recipe. There you go. Now you can see all the layers. I said 3 layers. It's 4 layers, except the top layer is just the Cool Whip. And yes, it's very, very thin, but we can say 4 layers, right? It's beautiful.